You know what, guys? By the end of this movie, you know what? I feel like I want to climb Mount Everest. You know, I don't think this movie's supposed to make you feel that way, but you know what? It does. It does to me. You know, is that weird? Is it? Is it really?
Hi, I'm Albert.
Hi, I'm Danny.
Hi, I'm Jazz.
Hi, I'm Toby.
Welcome to Gamer State.
Everest. Alright guys, today we're reviewing, obviously Everest is down there, I just said it, so let's get straight into it, alright? So, Mount Everest is is pretty much a movie about making the climb all the way to the summit of Mount Everest. Now, this movie takes place in 1994, so obviously the technology we have now compared to back then is not up to par, so, and advancements and more safety precautions back then aren't as serious as they are now. So obviously it makes a pretty good story, and not that I'm knocking the story. The story is fantastic, and not only that, but like it is based on a true story, which makes it feel all that more real. So the way the story plays out is that there are a group of expert climbers. They've been climbing mountains, or climbing mountains for like, you know, years. They've been doing it, and they want to make the ultimate challenge, and that is to climb Mount Everest. Now there's several, like, their experiences like all over the place. Like, there are some that are experts that do it for a living, that make money doing it to help other people make it up to the top. Some are freaking, like, there's this one chick in the movie that she's climbed, you know, 6 of the 7 summits of the world, and she wants to make the last one. So their experience level is all over the place. And there's one guy who's like a mailman, and he's trying to climb Mount Everest. I found that pretty funny, pretty out there, but you know, this is true. So let's get a little bit more into it. All the acting and all the actresses in this movie are phenomenal. Every single one of them. I did not find one actor or actress in this movie that I did not like, and I did not like kind of fall in love with. Like, that is the whole purpose of this movie, is you're gonna be falling for these characters. You're gonna love them no matter how crazy they are. Now the story and the plot of it is pretty darn good. Like, the way they introduce the story is phenomenal. So once these group of climbers, they have to make it up, like, I don't know, 12,000 feet to climatize. Then and that's like camp 1, and then they gotta go to camp 2, 3, and like the 4th, the last one is like way the hell up there. And the way that they introduce information to not only saying it to the actors, but also saying it to the audience as well, is pretty interesting. And it's pretty hard to make information interesting. You know, like in one scene that they're discussing the death zone, where your body is literally dying, because, you know, our bodies are not meant to survive at the cruising altitude of a 747. So the way they introduce all this information is you know, interesting. It's like, oh yeah, that's good. That's interesting. That is also interesting. You know, the way they do it is really good. So now this movie, I have to say, it's a very demanding movie. The way they come about it, and what I mean by that, it's like it demands so much from the audience. Like, you are invested in this movie. You are just like laser focused on this movie throughout the whole time. I never wanted to leave the movie theater. I almost like did not even want to like you know, look down to like take a drink or anything. I was just zoned in this movie, and very few movies ever do that. As well as the movie is very, very emotional towards the middle and towards the end of the movie. You know, there's been very few movies that I've walked away from and like have just been in tears, sheer tears in the middle, and like the very end of the movie. The way this movie ends is just, you know, heartbreaking. It pulls at all those heartstrings you have, and you just kind of feel so sad for what happens at the end of this movie. Saying that, I cared so much about every single character in this movie. There was not one I did not like. Now, there is one thing that kind of brings it down, but it's not the part of the movie's fault. And what I mean by that is that I wanted to see this movie exactly when it came out. I didn't get the chance to do that. So I saw it a few days later, and there was only one movie theater that was showing it, so I had to make a 45-minute drive to go see it. And it was only showing it in 3D, which was very, very weird. Normally they show it in 2D as well as 3D. Since I saw it in 3D, the 3D aspect of it was not phenomenal. You know, I don't really think that it was worth seeing in 3D. There was nothing 3D about it. But other than that, this movie is phenomenal. You know, it's a fantastic movie. If you guys have not seen this movie, I highly recommend you go see it. And finally, I'm going to have to give it a rating. I'm going to have to give this movie a 5 out of 5. A perfect 5 out of 5. This movie is great. I love it. I will pretty much own this movie on Blu-ray when it comes out. And that's it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, by all means, hit that like button. Support our channel. And if you got this... And if you thought this video completely fucking sucked, then there's a dislike button right down there for you to press. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.